What's up, Leo? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general tarot reading for the energies leading up to the new moon coming up on September 14th. This will be a new moon in Virgo at 21 degrees Virgo in 59 seconds. It will be in the 14th mansion of the moon. I will put a picture up and you can read about the 14th mansion of the moon. It's good for love, or at least finding new love. It's good for moving. It's good for healing. It's not good for, I can't remember what it's not good for. It's not good for traveling by land or marriage, but it's good for starting a new relationship. But I'll put it up there and you can read about it. This moon will also be conjunct the sun, and it will create a transiting kite. And I'll put a picture of it up here, and you can see what a kite looks like, and this is what it will look like. It's going to be anchored at the end of the kite, where the sextiles are, by Neptune and Pisces. So this is going to be really dreaming, confusing type energy, but the grand trine that's going to be a part of the kite is going to be anchored in Earth, the three Earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So it's going to be, and with the tip of it being where the sun is, and the sun conjunct the moon in Virgo, it's going to be about making detailed, practical plans for probably bringing dreams to life. And if you want to activate that trine, and the way you activate the trines and the sextiles in a kite is by that opposition in the middle, would be Neptune and Pisces touching the moon, which is very psychic, by the way. There could be all kinds of automatic downloads coming, and you could just be getting ideas, and then you want to bring those to light. But you want to have practical, detailed plans on how to do that. It's through that opposition that you'll be able to activate, Pluto in Capricorn, Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus on the bottom part of the, and where that falls in your houses. If you were a Leo ascendant, you'd have to look. As far as where the moon will be for Leo ascendant, it's going to be in your first or second house. Virgos are right beside you. And with your second house, it's going to be making practical plans about money or your material possessions. Or even your physical health, for sure, because it's the first house is the house of self, and Virgo is all about, and it depends on the degree of your ascendant where it starts. Virgo is all about physical health. That's what that house is about. And it's also about detailed planning, taking care of things, being meticulous. And that's what earth signs are about all together. So it's about taking all that dreamy, confusing energy and bringing it forth to the sunlight and making a practical plan and using it. And so that's just kind of what the energy will be. See if we can get you some cards here. Is there anything else I want to mention? I mean, kites are about initiation as well. I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about with the opposition in the middle. It's about using that to activate something, to move to the next level. Grand trines by themselves, if they're just standalone, it's hard to get anything out of them because everything will be so easy flowing. You won't really have a motivation to reach the capabilities. Not that you can't, it's just it'll be kind of easy, so you won't really have the motivation. You want to see squares and oppositions and things like that to actually kind of get you motivated to do it. And sextiles is something that you're good at, but you won't necessarily know that you're good at it until you start actually exploring it. As to where trines, you're good at it automatically. You're just automatically good at it, and it's like, a lot of people are just like, well, there's no real interest in anything that you're already just super good at. Unless there's something to support it in the natal chart, and you want to see the rough aspects, like conjunctions can even be rough aspects. And this, this is going to be, the tip of it will be a conjunction of the sun and the moon, so it will be a pretty powerful there we go, transiting kite. End of a cycle. Ooh, that's a question about something, Leo. Justice, balance. Something to do with a court case, maybe? Get you a moon card here. Get an idea of what the theme is. Could have something to do with an earth sign, or you could be cusp, earth, Leo, Virgo, cusp. Looks like something that you're trying to nurture, maybe. Spotlight is going to be on something. The end of a cycle. It's the question of this current situation has a 10 of swords in it. So it could be, you could be asking, is this person, is this This earth sign stabbing me in the back to try to usurp my my image in the world. You could be asking about someone doing something like that, like gossiping behind your back. Ooh, saying luck is on your side though. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. So I'd say no matter what is happening, I'd say you're good. You got the, I mean, Leos normally have the universe backing them anyway, right? You are the sun. Everything revolves around you. You got the sun, Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. And you could be asking about some sort of betrayal. You know, it could be a betrayal from this person, right? You know, you're asking if it's going to be brought to light, or if someone, you're asking if something, you know, was being said kind of behind your back. Are you being stabbed in the back in some way, and is that going to be brought to light? Maybe you do know about it, and you want to bring it to light. Or maybe you're just suspicious of this individual, Earth, and you're wondering about it. Unless that you think that is you. If you have Earth in your chart or Virgo, then you could just be asking about, I mean, you could have back problems. And I've been having back problems lately ever since that freaking full moon with Saturn in it. I'm definitely had to do some healing. Sciatica nerves going crazy. You know, you could be asking about a change. Could be asking about, you know, some kind of back problems for sure. If it's with yourself, it could be, you know, trying to the ending of like maybe something in the past so that you can start new in a spotlight somewhere. It seems like that's what the question's about. You know, it could be a question about fame. You know, am I ever going to get out of whatever this is? This, you know, this situation going to end so that I can be in the spotlight? So this is one path you can take, or the current path that you may be on. You got the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the High Priestess. I mean, you got two major arcana there. One, you know, really represents wisdom, but it also can represent secrets as well. The Empress could represent pregnancy, but I don't see any love cards here like that that would suggest anything like that. So it could be a new project, and that could be what you're asking about. Maybe you're worried about somebody sinking your new project, or maybe opinions about it. Whatever you're trying to create, maybe you're worried that it might, I mean, there's always going to be naysayers. No reason to worry about it. If you're worried about it, it's going to sink it. People are used to people naysaying and trying to bring other people down. It's the scary thing about success. It's really sad when you find out that, you know, even though you probably worked your ass off for it, that not everybody's happy for you. Sad but true. It'd be nice to think that we're all cheering each other on, but sadly it just does not work like that. You know, it could be you're trying to bring clarity to some kind of situation, or trying to bring a logical stance in the way that you're approaching whatever this new project is. And like I said, with the alignment with Neptune touching the moon and, you know, conjuncting the sun, you know, there could be a lot of psychic, intuitive messages coming in. Like, no doubt about it. And you know, it's wisdom too. You know, it's the two pillars of Freemasonry, right? Jachin and Boaz. Mercy and severity. Masculine and feminine, you know, and she's sitting in the middle of it, understanding the both, you know, understanding the full picture of it. And you got a moon there, and if you look at her robe, it's flowing like water. You know, it's a very watery card, very intuitive type card. Could be that you're trying to, you know, make logical sense of maybe like, you know, thoughts and feelings that you're having. And you're trying to use them, like maybe if it's like some kind of downloads. Like I said, you know, you're trying to make a practical plan on this new project. And we'll get some clarifiers to kind of get an idea. But the luck's on your side. So whatever you're trying to create here, whatever this new path you're trying to take, it seems like that's what the question is about. Something new you're trying to do. This is another path. You know, it could be that some Leos are on this path, some Leos are on this path, or that you have a choice between either of these paths. A lot of different people out there. You know, this looks like a message of money, or a new offer of money, or a new job offer. Could be you have an earth sign child or a young earth sign around you in some way. Ace of Cups, so that's, you know, that's another hand offering you emotional support, or and that's like a celebration or like a wedding. This could be like a wedding. Maybe you have an invite to a wedding, or maybe you have to pay for a wedding. Maybe that's what the question is about. Maybe you're like, well, maybe I want to go through with this, maybe I don't. Maybe you've either been invited to a wedding as like a social gathering, and, you know, down here in the advice, there's a social gathering card for sure. Could be your wedding, could be somebody else's wedding, could just be some get together of some sort, because this could be a celebration of any type. You know, could be that you know, you have, it looks like an invite. You know, somebody's extending, you know, maybe they're willing to pay for you to go to their wedding. You know, maybe you're like, yeah, I can't really, pay to fly there or go there. And you're like, yeah, we'll pay for your wife. You want to come and go to our wedding and see it and be there for us? Could be something like that. Some kind of social gathering. It looks like that maybe you have this invite, but you're not exactly sure whether you want to go or not. Because the advice is like batten down the hatches, it's like, or be ready for anything. It's really a be ready card, but it's generally be ready for like people stabbing at you with them wands, 7 of wands. So if you go to this party, there's going to be a little bit of this going on, or at least you're going to feel that way. But it's saying be patient. If you go, that's the advice. It's like, I think it's saying attend the party, but just when you're there, be patient. Like maybe there's family members you don't want to see there, or there's friends that you're no longer friends with, or like there are friends of your friends, and it's like, I don't really like those people. But maybe y'all went together in high school. Maybe it's like a 10-year reunion for high school, or 20-year or something like that. And you're like, I want to go see these people that invited me, but like I really don't. Maybe I didn't really like most of the people in my class, type of thing. So like you kind of have a defensive idea about it, or maybe there's somebody there that whatever the social gathering is that you're not gonna necessarily get along with, But it's saying luck is on your side. So whatever the situation is, I think it's all good, no matter what you choose to do, whether you choose to go or not. One path is like saying you can go to this. This other path is like maybe getting a different perspective on something new, a new project. This is the outcome. You have the 9 of Swords, which is, something keeping you up at night or worry. You have the you might be getting a message that's going to worry you in some way. And it looks like it could be a message about money. 8 of Rods and then the 7 of Pentacles, right? Some kind of message maybe about money that's got you worried. Some kind of bill you didn't know you had, or, they're raising your insurance, or they're raising your electric bill or whatever, putting like a surcharge on there like they do sometimes, just randomly, or fuel charge or some crazy stuff that doesn't even need to be on there. But whatever it is, it's going to work out. Like it doesn't seem like there's anything here that wouldn't suggest that it would work out, especially with luck being on your side. So it just kind of means that even if there is some kind of message that comes in that worries you, maybe you have something with your back. And you get this message and it worries you, but it's luck's on your side. And this is a good time for healing. This mansion of the moon, it's good for healing. Anything with Virgo and Pisces are going to be good for healing. It's just what it is, what those two signs are really about. A lot of struggle in those two signs, but that's because they have to learn to heal. That's what their journey's about, especially if you have heavy Virgo or heavy Pisces. Not only will it be about healing yourself, it'll be about healing yourself so that you can show others about healing. That kite, like I said, is anchored in Pisces, and the tip of it is in Virgo. So healing is the name of the game. And it looks like it's practical planning too. And luck is on your side. Not that it's an ailment that's bugging you, but it could be an ailment about someone else. And it could be that someone stabbed you in the back, like I said, or somebody's talking behind your back in some way, gossiping. And and maybe you found out about it, and that's what this is saying. Like you know now. And somebody spilled the beans to you, and it's got you worried. Maybe it was a secret that you confided in them and you don't want nobody to know, and they're talking about it. And you're worried about what other people are going to say or think, especially when you go to this social situation. It's like you've been invited to this social situation, but maybe there was something that you revealed about yourself, maybe that you didn't want to tell anybody, or maybe it took you a long time to talk about. And I know all about that kind of stuff. It's tough to speak about some of the things that happen in our lives. And, maybe, you confided in someone and they spilled the beans and told everybody. Now you're kind of worried about either going back to work, or going to this social gathering, or going to family reunion, or high school reunion, and you're worried about what people are going to say or think of you. Maybe the direction you took in your life is non-congenial, like not the average expected way that you live your life, and you're worried about people going to judge you. But who cares, man? Like if you're happy doing whatever you're doing and you're successful, who cares? Do what you want to do. Maybe you feel like that you haven't accomplished enough in some way and you feel embarrassed of that. Don't worry about what other people think. The only person you really have, intercourse with in your life is yourself. Like your intercourse. I don't mean it like intercourse. I mean intercourse, like the way you speak with yourself. It's everything. I mean, it's never about anyone else. It's when we're speaking to someone and they're mirroring back what we're saying, or we're mirroring what they're saying, we're learning about them in relation to us. So it's like, it's not that they're teaching you something about themselves. You're learning about how you think about that specific attribute in a person through your filter. So it's really only how it affects you, even though we have to project it onto them to even learn that. It's never learning about them necessarily. It's always learning about us because it's our internal world. So that's where you have your control. And so it doesn't really matter what any of them think. And it looks like that, like I said, luck's on your side anyway. So if that's the situation, whatever you choose to do, it's all good. This was the clarifiers on the question. It's definitely something new or something passionate. Maybe somebody had some kind of affair. Somebody told somebody about something like that, and that's what you're worried about. Maybe you slept with someone, and you didn't want nobody to know about it. You told a friend, and they told on you. This looks like a new perspective or feeling stuck in some way. And it could just be something they spilled the beans on a secret, or something that you were trying to keep. But it looks like it could be just a passionate new project, something you're trying to nurture as well. And maybe you're feeling stuck in it, feeling backstabbed in some way, like your progress is being slowed by someone or something, or by some kind of situation, and it's worrying you. But luck is on your side. You just have to keep working at it, and you're going to get what you want. I mean, new moon is Sagittarius. If luck's on your side, regardless of nothing ever comes super easy. It's not how life is, right? If it isn't challenging, or if it isn't, nothing easy is worth doing. And I'll stick to that to the day I die. Nothing easy is worth doing. And you can pretty much anything in your life, you can take that to the bank. That's why even in astrology, I say you want the rough aspects to help activate the good ones. You got happiness right here, 9 of Cups. In traditional deck, it's a wish card, but in this deck, it's more just about overflowing happiness. This is, moving forward quickly and passionately. And this is working hard on something, sticking with whatever you're working on. So if you are working on a new project, whatever it is, maybe you're starting something on social media and you're not having immediate success, like streaming or making videos, but it's never going to be immediate success. It's not how it works. A lot of times you have to work up for it. It's so saturated right now that you just got to keep working, let your quality of your work speak for itself, And it is and luck's on your side, so you're going to get it. Eight of Pentacles. It's called prudence. You can see it. Nope. So yeah, like that current path that you're on, with that new project, with the Empress there, it's saying that your cup overflows, right? You're very abundant right now. You have a lot of intuition coming in. You have a lot of wisdom coming in, and a lot of truth is coming in. Whatever this situation is, if you are worried about it, it's going to help you learn the truth about any of these individuals you have a question about. And it's kind of a big deal. It's good to have that happening because at least you can reveal people's true nature. Even if you feel something was revealed that shouldn't have been revealed, or if you feel like whatever it is that you're putting forth or creating isn't necessarily going to be easily accepted by everyone, or you think it won't be, I think you're wrong because luck is on your side. So it's going to be accepted more openly and successfully than you think. And if it's that you're refusing to start because you're worried about that, go ahead and start. Like, you have what you need. Luck is on your side. Again, I can't reiterate that enough. Luck is on your side. So whatever that aspect we call luck, that, those universal energies working to make something happen, it's on your side right now. So whatever this is, leading up, and if it's just something you're trying to plan it out. It's a good time for planning things out. Get detailed with it. If you think everything's going to happen the exact way you plan it out, it's probably not the case, but it doesn't hurt to plan out as much as you can. And even for, situations that may occur, and if, the way you think it should go, it doesn't go that way. So be prepared for every situation. And that way when it comes up, you're going to handle it with ease. Now, this other path looks faded for some of y'all. Like this celebration here, like the Leos that are invited to something or some kind of celebration or get together that's coming up, it's faded. And the ones that are starting a project, you just got to get out of your head. Fortune, it's faded. So whatever this social gathering is a big deal. I don't know what exactly is going to happen there, but you need to go. And you got the priestess there. There's something could be hidden that you don't know about, or some kind of wisdom that you learn there, or some kind of knowledge you gain, or some kind of guidance, some kind of initiation that happens through somebody you meet. And it's right here, cups overflow. 3 of cups in this deck is abundance. Even down here, it's a celebration, but here it's this is a celebration with the 4 of rods on this path, and you have the 3 of cups on it. So there's something going to come out of that social gathering. Could be like a work thing. Could be like a work gathering, like some kind of because I know a lot of companies will do around the holidays. They'll do like a like a work Christmas party. These types of things. Could be something like that. It could be something like just a business trip that you have to take, and it's like at like a conference. I mean, I go to a conference pretty much every year now, and you always meet a lot of people there, make a lot of connections. So it could be something like that. I suggest you should go. Luck is on your side. Whichever path you're on is a Leo. Whichever one of these paths, or if you have a choice between the paths, maybe you're trying to start something new and you have some kind of social engagement. Either way, luck's on your side. It's gonna be all good. Saying be ready though. Like if it is like a business thing, saying be ready, be on your P's and Q's, know your business well, inside and out. That way you can, meet the right people and make the best impression and accomplish what you need to accomplish. Or get that opportunity so it doesn't pass up. It's just saying be ready. Because it could say to be ready because there's going to be a lot of other competitors at this conference or something like that. Could be. Or whatever this social situation is. Or even if it's just like online, it's competitive even online, doing this type of stuff. It's insanely saturated. So you just have to work hard and hopefully you stand out in some way. And if you're on your P's and Q's and you're ready, you may just do that. And you clearly have something to offer here, whatever it is. But only you can know what that is. What we got with the advice for Leo? A lot of earth energy. She had the Prince of Discs on the advice, which is screaming like an offer of money because you have the Page of Pentacles up here, which is a very similar card. Emperor, there could be a boss that you meet. It could be a boss. Like I said, this could be some kind of work situation for sure. Could be like a business. Some kind of business is going to come out of this. You might meet somebody that's going to be a boss, or you may get a promotion and be a boss. And this is it could be a Queen of Discs that is the one that you meet. And there's a Ram there, so she could also be an Aries or some combination. And he screams Aries for sure because of this man. That's Aries all the way. So it could be the individual that you need to speak to or that you talk to is Aries, or it's saying like when you be ready that's going to be your competition. And believe me, Aries are very competitive. So are Leos. So, Sagittarius gets along with both of the fire signs, but the 2 fire signs that don't really get along is Aries and Leo for a reason. And Aries really doesn't get along with either of them personally, but Sagittarius is so kind of free-flowing that they pretty much can. So, but it's just huge competition between Leo and Aries. Just in general, if you have 2 individuals that are heavy those things, they're always going to be in competition with each other in some way. And the outcome, you have the 4 of Swords, which is truce. So this is like, if it is some kind of competition, it's saying, make a truce, find peace in the situation, make the best out of it. See that you don't have to do this. This is strife or arguing, but it's going to lead to a harmonious change either way. I mean, it's healthy to be competitive, so you got to do what you got to do because the luck's on your side anyway. And I would say that Leos are luckier than Aries, but Aries try harder, probably more often than not because they're Rams. They literally just beat their head against the wall until they get it down. Come on. This is change, but it's the Lord of harmonious change, right? It's the yin and the yang. It's a balanced change, unlike what you see in the normal Rider-Waite deck where it's all topsy-turvy. This 2 of Pentacles or this 2 of Discs is more about a peaceful change. So this is, saying that you need to make peace in this situation. Like there may be some kind of strife, and this you got truce and change and balance. If there's some kind of competition, so like if it's the gossipy thing that I was talking about, you're gonna have to try to make peace with it in some way, regardless of how difficult it may be. And it can be difficult, but being the one that extends the olive branch, That's super difficult, but it feels so good when you're able to do something like that. And it takes a really mature and developed individual to be able to do something like that, regardless of what was said behind who's back or whatever the situation is. It takes a real big person to even be able to do that. To be like, if you have a falling out with somebody, extend the olive branch and be like, look, I know the role that I played in it, and I apologize, and I want to, I don't want it to be this way, so that we can be, to either work together or that we can, accomplish something together. Those types of things. It's not easy to do. It really isn't. It could be something to do with a boss too. It could be this person that you meet. And it could be a former boss or something like that you had a falling out with, and you go to this business conference or meeting, and you meet them or somebody you used to work with, and maybe they are a boss now, and you're like, man, I had a falling out with them when we were like coworkers at this other company, or when he worked at my company, or when I worked at his, and now he's the boss, and I'm meeting him here, and it's like, and you didn't know that was going to happen, and now you have to kind of like make peace because there may be a big opportunity there. It could be something like that. There's a lot of ways this can all unfold, but either way, luck is on your side. And that will be the theme of this reading. So whatever this situation is for you, this is a general reading for Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Stellium, Leo. Any person with multiple conjunctions in Leo, or heavy fifth house touching a bunch of stuff in Leo. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to be really heavy Leo. But that's for another time. If I can get this channel monetized and get it built up, and it's been really slow moving as of now. I have to put a lot of time into these videos. It takes me 3 days to do 12 videos and edit them up and everything. But I don't worry about that. It's kind of a labor of love. But anyway, I'm grateful that you're here, Leo. Consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. It helps the algorithm pick up on the video, and then it'll share it to more people if you do that. So that's beneficial. If you can't do that, or you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I'm still grateful for the view. It means a lot to me. So I'm glad you're here either way. Anyway, hope to see you here again. Luck's on your side, and Happy New Moon, Leo.